Never eat this after 7 p.m. if you are diabetic. Most people with diabetes spend a lot of time focusing on food choices during the day. They think about breakfast. They think about lunch. They try to make better decisions at dinner. But very few people realize that the most dangerous blood sugar problems often begin at night. What you eat after 7 p.m. does not behave the same way in your body as the exact same food eaten earlier in the day. After sunset, your metabolism changes, your hormone levels change, your ability to process glucose changes. This is why many people wake up in the morning with high blood sugar and feel confused. They did not eat sweets, they did not overeat, they followed their usual routine, yet their fasting glucose is elevated. This is not random, and it is not just stress. In many cases, it is caused by late evening food choices interacting with nighttime biology. In this video, we are going to explain why your body becomes more vulnerable to glucose spikes after 7 p.m. What science says about insulin sensitivity at night. Which foods are especially harmful for diabetics in the evening. And what you can safely eat instead if you truly feel hungry. This is not about fear. It is about understanding how the human body actually works after dark. When you understand that, you can protect your blood sugar while you sleep. Circadian rhythm and night metabolism. The human body operates on an internal timing system called the circadian rhythm. This is your body's natural 24-hour clock. It tells your body when to be active and when to rest. It controls sleep, hormone release, digestion, and metabolism. During the daytime, your body is designed to do three main things. First, move. Second, burn energy. Third, use glucose efficiently. This is when your muscles are active and your cells respond better to insulin. But as evening approaches, your body begins to shift. The goal is no longer activity. The goal becomes rest, repair, and energy conservation. Scientific research shows that in the evening, digestion becomes slower, metabolism gradually decreases, glucose tolerance drops. In simple terms, your body becomes less prepared to handle carbohydrates as the day goes on. This change happens naturally. And it happens even if you stay awake. Using screens, staying up late, or keeping the lights on does not fully stop this process. Your biological clock continues to signal nighttime metabolism. When you eat at night, glucose enters the bloodstream at a time when muscles are mostly inactive, energy demand is low, insulin signaling is weaker. Because of this, blood sugar stays elevated longer. In people without diabetes, the body can usually adjust. But in people with diabetes or insulin resistance, this adjustment is limited. That is why eating late is not just a habit problem. It is a biological mismatch between food intake and how ready the body is to process it. Understanding this mismatch is the key to controlling blood sugar at night. Insulin sensitivity declines at night. Insulin sensitivity describes how well your cells respond to insulin and remove glucose from the blood. When insulin sensitivity is high, glucose moves easily into your cells. Blood sugar stays under control. When insulin sensitivity is low, glucose has trouble entering the cells. Blood sugar stays elevated. Scientific research consistently shows one clear pattern. Insulin sensitivity is highest in the morning and lowest at night. This is not only true for people with diabetes, it also happens in healthy individuals. As nighttime approaches, several important changes occur. First, muscle cells reduce their ability to absorb glucose. Second, fat tissue becomes less responsive to insulin. Third, the pancreas must release more insulin to produce the same effect. For people with diabetes or insulin resistance, this creates a serious problem. When insulin sensitivity is low, glucose remains in the bloodstream much longer. Instead of being used by muscles or stored efficiently, sugar stays circulating in the blood. Over time, this leads to prolonged high blood sugar during the night, increased cellular stress, higher average glucose levels, worsening insulin resistance. This explains an important and often confusing observation. The same meal can cause a modest blood sugar rise at midday, a much larger and longer spike late in the evening. The food did not change, only the timing changed. At night, insulin works slower and less efficiently. When glucose is not cleared properly, it interferes with deep, restorative sleep. This creates a vicious cycle. Poor blood sugar control disrupts sleep. Poor sleep further reduces insulin sensitivity. To break this cycle, food intake must align with the body's biological timing. That is why what you eat in the evening matters so much. Refined carbohydrates after 7 p.m. Refined carbohydrates are the most harmful foods to eat at night if you have diabetes. These foods include white bread, white rice, pasta, crackers, pastries, cookies, cakes. Refined carbohydrates are heavily processed. Most of their natural fiber has been removed. Because of this, they are digested very quickly. Once eaten, they break down rapidly into glucose and enter the bloodstream. During the daytime, the body has several defenses. Muscles are active. Energy demand is higher. Insulin sensitivity is stronger. These factors help manage the rise in blood sugar. At night, those protections are largely gone. Scientific research shows that refined carbohydrates cause fast and sharp blood sugar spikes, a large demand for insulin, glucose levels that remain elevated for longer periods. When these foods are eaten after 7 p.m., the effects become stronger. Because insulin sensitivity is already low, glucose is cleared from the blood more slowly. As a result, blood sugar can stay elevated for hours during sleep. Even small portions can lead to significant glucose increases at night. Repeated exposure to high nighttime glucose contributes to higher long-term A1C levels, increased insulin resistance, accelerated metabolic damage. This is why refined carbohydrates should be avoided entirely in the evening. They deliver fast energy at a time when the body is preparing for rest, not for processing fuel. Fruit sugar at night and liver glucose. Fruit provides important nutrients such as vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. However, fruit also contains natural sugars. The main sugars in fruit are glucose and fructose. Whether fruit helps or harms blood sugar control depends largely on timing. At night, fruit sugar becomes more problematic for people with diabetes. High sugar fruits such as bananas, grapes, mangoes, pineapple, cherries deliver sugar without enough fat or protein to slow digestion. As a result, sugar enters the bloodstream relatively quickly. Fructose is handled differently from glucose. Most fructose is processed by the liver. At night, the liver is already preparing to release glucose into the bloodstream as part of the body's normal fasting response during sleep. When fructose is consumed late in the evening, the liver receives an additional sugar load. This increases hepatic glucose output. In simple terms, the liver releases even more sugar into the blood. This happens at a time when insulin sensitivity is already reduced. Because of this, blood sugar levels rise more easily and remain elevated longer. Scientific research shows that eating carbohydrates at night raises overnight glucose levels and worsens fasting blood sugar the following morning. This does not mean fruit is unhealthy. It means fruit is best eaten earlier in the day when the body is metabolically prepared to process natural sugars. For people with diabetes, eating fruit after 7 p.m. increases the risk of high blood sugar during the night, elevated fasting glucose in the morning, poor overall blood sugar stability. Milk and lactose at night. Milk and many dairy products contain a natural sugar called lactose. Lactose is made of two sugars, glucose and galactose. Because milk is often associated with comfort and relaxation, many people underestimate its effect on blood sugar. Lactose raises blood sugar more slowly than table sugar, but it still requires insulin to be processed. At night, this becomes a problem. As the evening progresses, insulin sensitivity decreases. This means the body needs more insulin to clear the same amount of sugar. When lactose is consumed at night, digestion leads to blood sugar staying elevated for longer, higher insulin demand, less stable blood sugar during sleep. Sweetened dairy products make the situation worse. Flavored yogurts, sweetened kefir, and ice cream contain lactose from milk, plus added sugars. This combination delivers a larger sugar load to the bloodstream. Scientific research shows that when sugar and fat are eaten together late at night, blood sugar rises more slowly, but stays elevated for a longer time. This prolonged elevation interferes with normal overnight glucose regulation. If dairy is consumed after 7 p.m., only small portions of unsweetened Greek yogurt are a better option. Greek yogurt contains more protein and less sugar. Protein slows digestion and helps reduce glucose spikes. Even then, portions should remain small to avoid nighttime blood sugar elevation. Ultra-processed snack foods at night. Ultra-processed snack foods are designed to be eaten quickly and digested fast. They are made to taste good and trigger cravings. Common examples include chips, pretzels, popcorn, granola bars, energy bars. These foods are low in fiber and high in rapidly available carbohydrates. Because of this, they raise blood sugar quickly. Scientific research consistently links ultra-processed foods to poor blood sugar control, increased insulin resistance, higher post-meal glucose levels. At night, these effects become stronger. During sleep, the body is supposed to enter a natural fasting state. This fasting period allows insulin levels to fall and gives the body time to recover metabolically. When ultra-processed snacks are eaten late, the body remains in a fed state instead. Insulin stays elevated for longer periods. This interferes with normal overnight glucose regulation. It also disrupts the body's natural repair and recovery processes. For people with diabetes, this leads to higher fasting blood sugar in the morning, poor long-term A1C trends, increased metabolic stress over time. Late-night snacking with ultra-processed foods places continuous demand on the insulin system. Avoiding these snacks at night is one of the most effective steps for improving overnight blood sugar stability. The dawn phenomenon and nighttime eating. The dawn phenomenon refers to a natural rise in blood sugar that happens in the early morning hours. This rise usually occurs between about 3 and 8 in the morning. It is a normal biological process. During this time, several changes take place. First, stress-related hormones increase. These hormones signal the body to prepare for waking. Second, the liver releases stored glucose into the bloodstream. This provides energy for the upcoming day. Third, insulin resistance temporarily increases. This makes it harder for glucose to enter the cells. On its own, the dawn phenomenon is not a problem. The body's designed to handle it. However, the situation changes when late-night eating is added. When food is eaten late, glucose from that food remains in circulation overnight. This nighttime glucose combines with the glucose released by the liver in the early morning. As a result, blood sugar rises higher than normal upon waking. Scientific research shows that eating carbohydrates late in the evening makes the dawn phenomenon stronger. This leads to higher fasting blood sugar levels in the morning. By controlling food intake after 7 p.m., the amount of glucose the liver must manage overnight is reduced. This allows the body to regulate blood sugar more effectively during sleep. Over time, this can help stabilize morning glucose levels and improve overall blood sugar control. What to eat instead and final summary. If you truly feel hungry after 7 p.m., food choices become very important. At night, the goal is not energy, the goal is stability. Choose foods that do not cause sharp blood sugar spikes, digest slowly, support metabolic balance during sleep. Better options include a small handful of nuts, 1 boiled egg, a small portion of avocado, unsweetened herbal tea. These foods are rich in protein or healthy fats. Protein and healthy fats have very little effect on nighttime blood sugar. They help you feel satisfied without overstimulating insulin. Before eating, always drink a glass of water. Many people mistake thirst for hunger, especially in the evening. Water alone is often enough to remove the sensation of hunger. Now let's summarize the key points. After 7 p.m., the body becomes less capable of handling sugar. Insulin works more slowly. Glucose clears from the blood more slowly. Blood sugar spikes last longer. For people with diabetes, this is not a small issue. Avoiding certain foods at night is not optional. It is essential for long-term blood sugar control. Even small changes in food timing can lead to meaningful improvements. These improvements include lower fasting blood sugar, better A1C levels, improved sleep quality. Understanding when to eat is just as important as understanding what to eat. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like the video. It helps more people living with diabetes find this information. If you want to learn more about blood sugar control, nighttime habits, and long-term health, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you know someone who struggles with high morning blood sugar, share this video with them. Small changes can make a real difference. Thank you for watching. Take care of your health even while you sleep. This video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before making dietary or lifestyle changes.